I quit. I walked away from $103,600 in total compensation for the year of 2025. I do have some savings, and I'm going to be living off of that for a while, but I don't have any competing offers. There wasn't any other job searches. I just emailed my resignation, put in the rest of my vacation time, and that's it. I just haven't gone back. I'm a little bit nervous, that's normal. But, I haven't gone back not because I don't like the people. My coworkers are the coolest people. Some of them are so cool. I wish I could be like them. And it's not because I got laid off, because I didn't. A couple of the people in my department did. Not me. I chose to walk away because I was tired. I'm worn down. I'm done. Done performing in a system that it runs on burnout and overtime and then likes to call that culture. It's not. I gave this company 8 years of my life. I've helped build teams. I've helped develop features. I've hit metrics. I've hit milestones. I've surpassed the expectations. I smiled through those bullshit Zoom meetings because we all know they could have just been emails. But you know what? The truth is, I've been shrinking, not just in the role, but in the company. And that's something that I couldn't ignore anymore. So I've chosen freedom. Freedom over fear. And now I'm chasing something different. Something real. Something honest. If you've ever felt stuck, like you're following someone else's definition of success, I see you. You're not alone. And if you ever daydreamed or thought about quitting your job to follow what your actual dreams are, to build something bigger and experience things that are a little bit scarier than what they are now, I want to hear about it. Tell me your story. Drop me a comment down there. Tell me your dream. Tell me what you would do if fear wasn't in charge. All right. So let me give you the backstory. I've spent the last 8 years climbing the corporate ladder inside of this company, inside of the tech world. I had the job, the cool salary, the benefits, free college, dental, vision, healthcare, the works, everything that's supposed to matter, everything that tells you you've made it. And you know what? For a while, I believed it. I thought I had made it. I like being good at my job. I like getting the recognitions. I like getting the promotions and the raises. But let's be honest, those 2% raises didn't really matter anyway. All of it felt meaningful until one day it just didn't anymore. And I realized that this wasn't the life that I wanted to live. At some point, I stopped looking forward to anything inside of that role except for those few fleeting moments where I could retreat into YouTube and watch people sail and watch people live the life that I wanted to live. This whole idea of being able to go somewhere and having to rely on your skills alone to get there is so enticing to me. And it's not because sailing looks easy or glamorous. It's definitely not. It's because it looks real. It's because of the ocean. She doesn't care about your resume. She doesn't care what your title is or what school you went to, what your GPA was. The ocean demands that you have skills. You have to be knowledgeable as far as sailing goes. You have to know your vessel. You have to know the rigging. You have to know what to do when the wind gets to be too, blowing too much. You have to understand the limitations of your boat and all the emergency procedures that go along with it. And that doesn't even begin to cover the knowledge that is required when it comes to the navigation and weather routing, and then planning on your provisions and every other little aspect that is associated with having a successful passage. You're going to end up being your own electrician, your own plumber, your own mechanic. You have to be knowledgeable in multiple facets. And more so than the technical skills, the ocean is going to test my character. She's going to show me that I'm made of exactly what I think I am. I'm just going to show you all as well. Have you guys ever seen the ocean at night? It is a very, very scary affair. But more so than that, the ocean demands that you show up fully. Mistakes can be very costly. And as far as a life goes, that's the life that I want to live. I don't want to live the life where I'm seeking another promotion just to get a 3% raise. I want presence. I want to feel alive. I want to taste life and not the banal repetition that is corporate America and day-to-day life inside of a cubicle behind a screen, having to attend Zoom meetings that could be emails. I want the silence. I want the storms. I want the oceans. I want the space to actually live a life that's worth remembering when I die. Not just to survive another work week. I don't want to live for the weekend. So I quit. And you know what? The moment it did not come with fireworks, there was no recognition, there was no dramatic epiphany, nothing. It was just another Friday. I was sipping on my second coffee, and I realized I did not give one single solitary anymore. So I opened a new email and I titled it Formal Resignation. I wrote, and then I just sat there, nervous. I was just eating time. I was expecting more. I didn't think it was going to be so quiet. I didn't think that the end was such a whimper. There was no glamour. I can't even say there was any bravery. I was just done. So I hit send. And even though it's been more than a week, let me just tell you, I'm still processing everything. I don't think it's fully hit me. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. I don't think it'll matter at the end of the day, but we'll see how things play out. But let me just tell you, in that moment, the moment that I hit send, I felt something that I have not felt in years. A real breath. Like a weight had been lifted. And I was able to breathe all the way down deep into my diaphragm. And you know what? I realized that I was no longer a corporate slave. That was not the life that I was going to be living. And that was incredibly freeing. And this isn't just about quitting a job. It's more than that. This isn't about just quitting a job. This is about choosing a different kind of life. It's the kind of life where I wake up and I know that no matter the weather, no matter how tough it gets or anything, this is life, the life that I chose, one that I am actively choosing to be a part of, not one that I was manipulated into thinking was what I wanted. by a greedy and capitalistic system that is corporate America. And it feels good. It feels good to not sell my time anymore. I don't know if this is going to play out well. Like I said, have no backup plan. I'm just going to go sailing. If it works out, cool. If it doesn't, hey, if it doesn't, I don't have an option. I have to succeed. So because I chose not to be a wage slave or a debt slave or sell my time, I walked away from a six-figure salary, great benefits, and everything that ever made me feel safe. And yes, I am scared. I want to see. There's a voice inside of my head that it keeps asking me, what if? What if you don't succeed? What if you fail? What if the boat is too big? What if it sinks? But you know what? For me, there's a different voice. It's also asking me, what if it succeeds beyond anything you ever thought could be? I finally did it. The one thing that I was too scared of to do for years, and that's say no to a life that doesn't feel like it's mine. So, here's what's next. We're buying a boat, obviously. Hello. But it can't just be any boat. Not to downplay certain brands, but for example, I'm not going to be purchasing a Hunter. I'm probably not going to be purchasing a McGregor. But yeah, it can't just be any boat. It has to be a boat that we can grow into. Me and all 29 of my treasured audience. By the way, to my 29 subscribers, I love each and every single one of you. And this boat, it's going to become our home for the next couple of years. It's going to be an adventure. So as far as the boats go, I've got a short list that I'm going to be checking out over the next week. 2 in Houston, and there's going to be maybe 1 in Florida. For sure, the ones in Houston, there's going to be it was a Tatouche 42. It's made by the same builders who are currently responsible for Nordhaven, if you know that brand. And the other vessel that I'm going to be checking out down there is going to be a Juno Sun Odyssey 44. You know, I'm not going to be making any decisions. I'm not going to be jumping the gun on this one. I am going to be trying to make as and blah, 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 blah. What am I trying to say? I'm not going to just make a bid. I won't just buy any vessel. I'm not going to buy the first boat that I see. I want to be sure about this. I'm going to try to be as careful as I can be. Of course, we're also going to get a survey and we're going to get insured, all the good stuff. I'm looking for something that speaks to me, not just in design or specs or length, but a boat that feels like she's been waiting for me as well. On the next episode, I'm going to show you those boats. Thanks for sticking around to the end of the episode, y'all. Thanks for hearing me talk about this. I know this one was not a sailing episode, but we'll get there, I promise. Till next time, stay safe.